Hello guys, do you know that stomach ulcer can manifest in some funny ways that you begin to attribute the cause of your problem to spiritual? Do you even know that the same stomach ulcer can be healed permanently, naturally, without any medication, just with the help of natural fruits and vegetables, just like banana, coconut, cabbage, and cayenne pepper? More also, do you know that the same stomach ulcer, do you know the various causes of it? Do you know the various signs and symptoms, that is, the different manifestation forms of stomach ulcer? All you need to do is just to pay attention, follow my video, and I will unveil to you the powerful secret behind stomach ulcer, how it can be healed permanently, naturally, without any medication. All you need to do is just to follow my video. If you are watching me for the first time, please don't forget to press the subscription button, like, share, and comment on my video. And if you are a returning subscriber, I pray God bless you. I'm that your brother and your friend, Stephen Oluwatumininu. Now, let's focus on the reason why we are here. What are the various causes of stomach ulcer? What are the signs and symptoms? Then, what are the natural remedies that we can apply or that we can be taking to permanently heal stomach ulcer, or to totally get rid of this stomach ulcer? What are the lifestyle modifications that need to be adjusted in our various life, or the types of food that we need to avoid that can further aggravate the condition called stomach ulcer? Now, there's what we call peptic ulcer. Peptic ulcer encompasses what we call stomach or gastric ulcer and duodenal ulcer, but we want to concentrate now on stomach ulcer. What is stomach ulcer? Simply, it is an erosion of the lining of the stomach, which can be caused by, number one, Helicobacter pylori. This is a bacterial infection that produces what we call urease. It's a chemical that it's produced that causes a disruption to the stomach acid production, thereby neutralizing the immediate lining of the stomach, and as well promoting or stimulating more production of hydrochloric acid, which is a digestive enzyme that is meant to digest any food that we eat. Another cause of stomach ulcer is hyperacidity. Hyperacidity, this is the excess in the production of hydrochloric acid, which is the stomach digestive enzymes. When this enzyme or hydrochloric acid is being produced in excess form, it overwhelms the lining of the stomach, then even the mucous protection of the stomach, leading to irritation, ulceration, and a condition that is being referred as stomach ulcer. What are the other likely predisposing factors? Excessive intake of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. What are these non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs? Examples are ibuprofen, diclofenac, naproxen, aspirin, etc. All these drugs can further aggravate the condition called stomach ulcer, or improve the development of stomach ulcer. Also, excessive production or excessive intake of alcohol. Do you know what excessive intake of alcohol does? Now, excessive intake of alcohol will further stimulate the production of hydrochloric acid in the stomach, which will further lead to irritation and ulceration of the stomach lining. Another one is smoking. Is another cause. Smoking will usually impede blood supply to the stomach and also disrupt the defensive mechanism of the stomach lining, or the mucous protective layer of the stomach lining. Another cause is stress. Although stress has no direct linkage to stomach ulcer, but it indirectly worsens the stomach condition called stomach ulcer, and as well delay its healing. Now that we've known the various causes of stomach ulcer, what are the signs and symptoms? What are the various manifestations? How can we be assured that we are suffering from stomach ulcer? Number one, the feelings of burning sensation in the stomach, pain in the stomach. Even the pain might even radiate to the back at times, and even in some severe cases, it even cut across the neck, leading to stiffness of the neck, that when they begin to tell you that you are suffering from stomach ulcer, you will not likely believe it. Now, this reminds me of a woman. This woman was presented to the clinic with various manifestations of stomach ulcer. Now, upon listening to her history and upon examination of this woman, I realized that this woman held a particular belief that her problem is spiritually caused. I now said how that it is not possible. I tried to explain to her that her problem is as a result of stomach ulcer. But she told me that they were preparing for a wedding ceremony, she and her friend. Then 2 days to the day of the wedding, she started, manifesting some signs of stomach ulcer, like burning sensation in the stomach, chest pain, to the back pain, even that cut across her neck, nausea and vomiting, and series of signs and symptoms of stomach ulcer. As a result of that, she couldn't attend the wedding ceremony. Now, her friend, upon arrival from the wedding ceremony, as a friend, she brought for her the small chops that was shared at the wedding ceremony as her own share. Now, the woman received the small chops, she ate it, then being a spicy food, it further aggravates her condition. It worsened her condition of stomach ulcer, and from there, the woman believed that her friend want to take an advantage of her ill health to kill her. And since then, she held the belief that her problem was as a result of spiritual. Now, I tried all my best to convince her. I gave her the necessary dose she needs to be taking. I recommended all the natural remedies which will be discussed right in this video, and even some lifestyle she needs to adjust, and even some food she needs to avoid. And the woman left. But the most funny aspect of it, the woman came back 6 days after, very, very happy. She has totally been relieved of all those funny symptoms she was experiencing. Why I'm telling you this is, it is important for you to know the various forms or manifestation forms of stomach ulcer, because some people might become confused when they start manifesting all these signs and symptoms, and you tell them that their problem is stomach ulcer. They will likely not believe you. What are the other signs and symptoms of stomach ulcer? Number 2 is weight loss. There are some weight loss that you won't be able to explain. Why? Number 1, in stomach ulcer, if you take food, the pain you are having in the stomach will be relieved by food intake. But rather in duodenal ulcer, the food, after food intake, is when the pain will be aggravated. So as a result of this, majority of people don't like taking food because they will be scared of the pain or the discomfort that follows their intake of food. As a result, they will be losing weight. But in stomach ulcer, since they will be encouraged to be taking food in an attempt to relieve the discomfort they usually feel or the pain, they will begin to increase in weight. These are the various manifestations of stomach ulcer. Also, nausea and vomiting. In some severe cases, some people will even be vomiting blood. Of course, those are the serious manifestations of stomach ulcer. Some will even go to the extent of defecating blood. Some will defecate a stool. The stool will be dark and shining, and that's what we call Malina's stool. It is as a result of the internal bleeding which has been happening within the system. Then all this bleeding will have been mixed with the intestinal content, forming the stool. The stool become darker and will be shining, and we call it Malina's stool. All these are just the manifestation of ulcer that we call stomach ulcer. We have bloating, feeling of fullness or tightness in the stomach. In fact, indigestion is one of the manifestations of stomach ulcer, and so on and so forth. Honestly, we have different manifestations of stomach ulcer, but I won't permit us to go into detail in discussing much of the signs and symptoms. Now, let's talk about how do we heal stomach ulcer permanently, naturally, without medication. It is simple as possible. Number 1, we have fruits and vegetables. Number 1 vegetable that we shall be talking about is cabbage. The cabbage vegetable that we use in preparing salad, it is very, very effective. Cabbage contains what we call S-methylmethionine, which has proven to be very, very effective in healing stomach ulcer, especially the cabbage juice. The cabbage juice, about 1 liter a day, has proven to be very, very effective in fast healing stomach ulcer. Please, let's take note of this. Another fruit we shall be talking about is banana. Banana is a very rich source of flavonoids. Flavonoid helps to neutralize the stomach acidity and also stimulate the production of mucus, which act as a protective, layer for the lining of the stomach. Another fruit is coconut. Coconut serves as an antimicrobial agent against, the stomach ulcer and against the invasion, multiplication, and the, eroding activities of the Helicobacter pylori. Then another thing that we shall be discussing is cayenne pepper. Contrary to the popular belief that cayenne pepper usually aggravates the worsening or development of stomach ulcer, no. Cayenne pepper is a very rich source of capsaicin, and capsaicin we are talking about helps to neutralize the stomach acidity and as well help to stimulate more production of mucus that act as a protective layer for the lining of the stomach. Now, knowing fully well all the natural remedies that help to permanently heal the stomach lining, what are the lifestyles that need to be adjusted or modified in an attempt to permanently and naturally heal a case called stomach ulcer? Number one, we need to avoid the excessive intake of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs that we just discussed. Another thing, we need to avoid alcohol intake. We need to avoid as well smoking. We need to avoid stress of all kinds, and also we need to avoid eating late in the night. Instead, you can be taking smaller meals at frequent intervals. This has proven to be very, very effective. What are the types of food that needs to be avoided? Number one, we need to avoid spicy food. Although the research is still ongoing about this particular point, but for now, let's always avoid taking spicy food as it worsens the condition of stomach ulcer. Another thing that we need to avoid is acidic food and beverages. For example, like the lemon juice, the grape juice, all these need to be avoided as they aggravate or worsen the condition of stomach ulcer. We also need to avoid fatty and fried foods. Taking fatty and fried food has proven to worsen the condition of stomach ulcer. Also, we need to avoid carbonated beverages, or all these caffeinated drinks need to be avoided. They are not good at all for condition of stomach ulcer. Also, taking of chocolate we need to be avoided, and more also we need to avoid peppermint and series of foods that we think that aggravate or worsen the condition of stomach ulcer. Now let's talk of various medications that can be used in treatment of stomach ulcer. Although we have to be skeptical about this, because when it comes to drug recommendations or prescription, there are so many factors that come to play here, because individual differences are there, age are there, weight are there, and even the severity of the condition. But in general, we have protein pump inhibitor, just like the pantoprazole, all the drug that reduces stomach acid secretion. We also have the SC inhibitor, which like ranitidine, all these H2 receptor inhibitor, ranitidine, they also shown to reduce the production of stomach acid. We also have antacid. Antacid provide instant relief for any abdominal discomfort like polycrol, Jecrol, Gelusil. All these are antacid that can be used along with the medications, with all these natural remedies, lifestyle modification. Avoid all the harmful drugs that can aggravate the condition of stomach ulcer. When you take all these things in conjunction, take it together, within a very short period of time, you will totally get rid of a condition called stomach ulcer. Now, my advice for you people suffering from stomach ulcer is, number one, avoid attributing your problem to a spiritual cause, because it will cause you to miss the solution to your problem and you start working at a cross purpose, because the solution to your problem in most cases might even be at the tip of your pocket, and you start running from churches to mosques, from mountains to mountains in search of solution that can never be found. Let's avoid this. And also, let's always learn to be taking smaller meals at frequent intervals, and let's learn to avoid eating late in the night. So if you think you have benefited from this my video, please learn to press the subscription buttons, like, share and comment of my video. Next time we shall be discussing much about duodenal ulcer. Time won't permit us to talk much about all other things that go around stomach ulcer and duodenal ulcer. So next time, please, I encourage you to be watching my video, like, share and comment on my video. God bless you.